Good morning, folks. I hope you're not sick of bluegill bed fishing, because you have to do what's happening right now. Because even if I want to do something else, it's good to drive around and find where the beds are, because it takes a lot of driving around to find one bed, folks. They are not everywhere. Now, bluegill are everywhere. You gotta drive around. Next year when I come here, I know where the beds are. The beds will be on the same spots every year. So I found several beds here. Here's one in front of me. A little further there's one more, a little further. So I will make these 2-3 beds one video. The bait is the Berkeley nymph. This Berkeley nymph has been giving the business of the bluegill. This is organic. If they nip it, it tastes good, so they will eat the whole thing. I just have more confidence right now. Plus, I haven't fished with them for a while. But today, you're gonna hear, I have to cut this thing. You're gonna hear and see the new 2022 Stella. I put this Varivas, I will put on the screen the name of this line. Another amazing line. I'm really finding difficulty to find separation between these Varivas lines. All of them are very soft. All of them have very little stretch. And I cannot comment about durability. Durability, abrasion resistance, what do I know? I fish bluegill beds. What abrasion resistance? It's not like I fish rocks in salt water or... my fishing is as soft as it gets. The only time I test it is when I snag and I have to break out, then I test the stretch. Does it stretch too much before I break? And the Varivas lines are awesome in this regard. They will stretch a little bit and they will break. And then you know the rest of your line is not compromised. Folks, I haven't cast yet. Let me cast and then I'll talk. This bed is like 20, 30, 40 feet away from me. Thank God there is some wind, because at the ramp I couldn't even breathe. It was so hot and humid. 7 in the morning at the ramp. It was hard to breathe, folks. I was like, how am I gonna fish like this all day? Thank God there is some wind. I'm starting to like 10 mile per hour wind now. But this reel, folks, I fished it yesterday with this line, with the float already. This thing has me shaken up. This reel has me shaken up. The reel that's in my hands. I don't know if I can say this about all the Stellas. This reel has me shaken up, folks. This reel makes me want to sell all my reels and have only Stellas. This reel is just stupid, smooth and liquid, and just, I don't know how to describe it without using bullshit vocabulary, because all the reviews on YouTube they're just bullshit vocabulary, and I really try to avoid that kind of stuff. But this reel, folks, I haven't felt like this. I don't want to fish anything else now. This reel is just, is so amazing. Now the drag clicker is very quiet. I gotta ask Gary. You will barely hear it, but it's a $750 reel. I gotta ask Gary if he will authorize me to tamper with the drag clicker. That's a nice bluegill. Don't pee on the reel, you stupid bluegill. You're peeing on a lot of money. I could have caught you with a bamboo pole and a cricket. Not synthetic lures and Japanese domestic market reels. Oh, how angry. You people always come on top of the bed and catch us. Well, this handle is completely wet now, and it's not water. Wow, this reel, folks, This reel is just stupid, folks. This reel, I am absolutely nuts about this reel, folks. I am absolutely, look at this guy. I like these colors more, the ones that are orange. There are some bluegills that are just black and blue, and there are some that are black and orange. I don't know if they're different strains, different genetic strains, or they're just in different phases of spawning. I should know more about this, but I don't. Now, normally I would have started here throwing a trout magnet. I love the feel of nibble more than the visual, but now I just want to fish this, boom. Just want to fish this reel. This reel is just nuts. I don't know if I buy one, if it will be just as smooth. That's the thing. One of my subscribers, actually the guy who sent me the old Exist and the old Stella for reviews, told me he bought a 2000 size of this reel, and he can't really tell the difference between the old and the new. And not many people can give you this information. Everybody, oh, my new reel is, oh my god, night and day. And if this guy says he can't really tell, that means something. And I think that it'll be the same old game. You buy a reel, it's amazing. You buy one more, exactly the same model from the same shop, and the second one has noises. It's always like that. I bought two Suarez. One is amazing. One is not so amazing, let's say. Always like that. So you don't know what you're gonna get. Some of them are just absolutely perfect, man. Like this one. Just quiet, noise, scratch, just nothing. Nothing on this reel. I would probably swap this chunky knob though. I don't know what's the purpose of this knob. Shimano already had the perfect knob. When you have a bank like this, you can fish it with a float very efficiently, because I know it's 7 feet deep, and I can set the float for roughly 6 feet deep, and you're gonna dangle it right in front of their noses. And bluegill beds will always be on some kind of flat, except when they are close to the dam. So anyway, my point is, these beds by the dam or somewhere else, they may have a little slope. Well, maybe you get to hear it. Well, do we have a decent fish? No way. This is what we got, folks. Yeah, if the bed has some slope, then it's not so easy, folks, to fish with a float, because you are either right in front of them, or when the float wanders away a few feet, now you're 3 feet too high. And you shouldn't be 3 feet too high, because if they're on a bed, they're not gonna come up 3 feet to eat. They're not eating anyway. They're eating because they're in protective mode. Like if you have, I don't know, 100 holes, you can catch 75, 80 fish out of these 100 holes. Now, you can, of course, if there are 100 fish to begin with, which it's not always 100. If you see 100 holes, that doesn't mean there's 100 fish there. The nymph is giving them das business. Boom. Folks, I made like 5 casts without even a bite. Sometimes I get upset because I know there is a few fish left here, and I am upset that I can't catch them. So that's very different from making intelligent decision. There's one. Little Juro. Little Juro. Oh. Wow, my float is gone. My float is gone and not coming back. It's gone and not coming back. And that is a decent bluegill. For me. Both of these beds are not performing well. Last week the beds were just hammering it, like this guy. Float was just gone. Now they're biting. Man, my talon is holding me in some big wakes, and that's a great way to get your talon broken, because these wakes are shaking the boat badly. There is a kids' bass tournament. They kicked me out of the ramp again this morning. Third time I'm getting kicked out of the ramp because there is a bass tournament. 2 times it was kids' bass tournament. So what if it's kids? Kids is more important than me? Well, for the kids. Yeah, like we need more kids into stupid bass fishing. Kids. If you want to have a bass tournament, make sure you don't bother anybody. They go and close the ramp, you have some nerve. Can't stand them. And when they tell me like, oh well, it's for the kids, like I'm supposed to not put any further protest. You see, it's for the kids. How can you say anything? You're the worst person in the world. That's what the kids need. More fishing. Send them to take some after-school math lessons. Nobody can read and write and do math. Bass fishing, that's the future of this country. This bed is terrible, folks. This bed is terrible. Finally, good takedown. And a good fight. All right. Let me drop the float even deeper, because this bluegill took my float down like 5 feet. I mean, I saw my float because it's orange. I saw it disappear because it was right in front of me. That float went down, man. Look at this bite. It's just tin. I'm not used to this. Finally, good slow takedown. The big boys, they take it down slow and steady. There is no doubt you gotta set the hook. There's no doubt. Are you done peeing? Decent judo. Okay, is this now, what is this? Fish. You can feel how steady this drag is. I remember when I was talking about carbon drag discs in ultralight reels in the Complex XR reel, Shimano. I made a special video just for carbon drag discs, and I said you don't need those for ultralight fishing. Well, this is a 2500 size Stella, and it comes with drum beat, felt. That's right, 2500 comes with felt, and it feels much better than the Soare XR drag, Complex XR drag. It's just slow and steady. Oh, it sank. Okay, maybe I'm fishing the wrong direction. Man, this feels so good. This feels so good. I don't want to stop. This reel is so good. I'm nuts about this reel. Hey. Yes, one fish. Let's see, what is this? I mean, this is a nice bluegill, folks. This fish should just slam it. Why the bites? Why the struggle? Well, gone again, right in front of the boat. Interesting. Wow, 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 wow. Would you look at that? A shell cracker. I love shell cracker. They're very rare in Illinois. Okay, not very rare, but maybe they are somewhere, but... Oh, finally a good bite. Alright, folks, I'm gonna end this video here and go find more cooperative bluegills, because I kid you not, I made 10, 12, I don't know how many casts for this last bluegill, and look how small it is. It is possible that these bluegill have evacuated this bed already, and I have better things to do with my time than try to catch one more baby bluegill out of abandoned bed. At least I'm gonna say it's abandoned to save face, you know, to save my pride. But I will post this video anyway. I think I caught plenty of fish here. There was some good scenery. Let me know what you think about this bright color with my Presso. I gotta tell you, I'm not a fan of bright colors, but Varivas always makes nice bright colors. If you have to have a bright color, tell me which one of the bright colors on the Varivas website you don't like. They are awesome. Look at this awesome color. For some reason, these bright colors fit on these exotic reels. Maybe because the reel itself is kind of chrome, so something bright would fit it good. But I'm gonna go find a more cooperative bed. Maybe it's too late for bed fishing. Maybe I gotta go deep and look for crappie. We'll see. Thanks for checking this one. See you soon. Bye bye. Oof, we need some more wind. Hot.